The nightly drive home, once a comforting routine, twisted into an unnerving odyssey, veiled in fear and inexplicable encounters. The road, flanked by gnarled trees and the looming silhouette of the graveyard, became a stage for an otherworldly visitation that haunted my every journey. Initially, it was subtle, a chill that defied explanation, a fleeting movement caught in the corner of the mirror. But gradually, the unseen presence solidified into a chillingly tangible figure seated behind me. The terror was suffocating, knowing I shared my confined space with a being from a realm unknown. Fear clutched at my throat, shackling me within the confines of my vehicle as this spectral passenger silently occupied the back seat. Though ethereal, its features bore an uncanny resemblance to humanity. Its gaze held ancient sorrow, a silent plea that resonated through the oppressive silence. The weight of this inexplicable torment restrained me from sharing my plight with anyone. Who could comprehend the nightly terror, the ghostly hitchhiker invading my solitary drives? The secret became an intolerable burden, stifling any hope of disclosing the haunting truth. Years crawled by under the weight of spectral encounters, each drive an agonizing journey through a recurring nightmare. The haunting became an insidious companion, a constant presence that left me restless, tormented by unanswerable questions. Why me? Why this haunting in this desolate stretch of road? Then, the nephew's revelation shattered the suffocating silence. His words mirrored my torment, an identical tale of encountering the same ghostly presence during drives past that cursed graveyard. The uncanny parallel between our experiences broke the dam of my silence, validating that the spectral hitchhiker was not a mere figment of my tortured imagination. Two souls, victims of the same inexplicable phenomenon, were now bound by the hauntingly familiar presence infiltrating our cars on those solitary rides past the graveyard. The revelation brought a twisted relief in shared suffering, yet it only deepened the enigma surrounding the spectral enigma that ruthlessly plagued our lives. The connection forged between my nephew and me, both tormented by the same inexplicable presence, offered a peculiar solace. We weren't alone in our spectral ordeal. Yet, it did little to unravel the mystery or ease the nightly torment that awaited each drive past that haunted graveyard. Desperate for closure, we sought counsel from local lore and historians, delving into the annals of the graveyard's history. Tales whispered of a restless soul, a tragic figure whose spirit wandered the roads, seeking solace or perhaps retribution for an untold injustice. Armed with this newfound knowledge, we ventured on one final nocturnal journey. As the moon hung high in the sky, casting an ethereal glow upon the tombstones, we braced ourselves for the encounter. There, amidst the eerie stillness, the figure materialized once again, but this time armed not with fear but with empathy and understanding. We spoke, acknowledging the pain and the haunting restlessness that bound the spirit to this earthly realm. In that ethereal moment, a sense of release washed over us. The ghostly figure, its sorrowful gaze now softened, gradually dissipated into the night, leaving behind an eerie calmness that lingered in the graveyard air. Our nightly drives past the graveyard ceased to be haunted. The spectral hitchhiker no longer sought passage in our cars, and the weight that burdened our souls gradually lifted. Though the mystery remained unsolved, the haunting specter was laid to rest, finding a semblance of peace amidst the tombstones and the secrets they held. The chapter of the haunting drives past the graveyard closed, leaving behind a tale of inexplicable encounters and the shared journey of two souls entangled in the enigmatic grasp of the supernatural. The night was an abyss, swallowing the world in its inky embrace. Time held no sway as I walked the familiar path, a back road etched into my memory by countless footsteps. My attire, a white shirt and dark pants, echoed the ghostly aura of the night, a stark contrast to the shroud of darkness enveloping the landscape. Headlights pierced through the veil of night, announcing the arrival of a lone traveler. A surge of adrenaline coursed through me as I stepped onto the road, halting in the path of the approaching truck. The driver, caught in a moment of disbelief, slammed on the brakes, casting the world into an eerie silence. In that suspended moment, I fled across the road, my heart pounding in my chest, and disappeared over the embankment, vanishing into the oblivion of the night. But there was no pain, no physical sensation, only an inexplicable sense of detachment and a lingering chill. The echo of my actions reverberated through the quietude, shattered by the sound of the retreating truck's engine. Alone in the darkness, I remained, a spirit ensnared by the tragedy of that road. Years had passed since fate sealed my tragic end on that very stretch of asphalt. Through the spectral lens of eternity, I witnessed the passage of time, observing travelers, unsuspecting and unaware, traversing the haunted path. Each encounter, a haunting reminder of my own ill-fated journey. The memory of my final moments remained etched in the fabric of that desolate road, drawing unsuspecting souls into its chilling narrative. I wandered the length of that midnight route, a ghostly observer caught between realms, a residual essence lingering in the ethers. For those who traversed the road, my apparition served as an enigmatic warning, a testament to the tragedies woven into the fabric of that forsaken stretch. Yet, for all the fear and apprehension it evoked, my spectral presence sought not to harm, but to serve as a testament to the fragility of life and the unfathomable mysteries of existence. Though trapped in this spectral existence, time bore no weight on my ethereal form. Night after night, I found myself drawn back to that forsaken road, a haunting ground forever tethered to the tragedy of my past. The encounters with passing travelers became a cycle, a surreal dance between the living and the lingering echoes of the departed. In the depth of my spectral solitude, I often pondered the irony of my situation. I, who had once walked among the living, was now condemned to exist as a haunting specter, a fragment of a past tragedy. The longing to transcend this ethereal state gnawed at the edges of my being, yet I remained bound to the road that had claimed my mortal coil. The road, shrouded in darkness and suffused with whispers of its tragic history, held an inexplicable allure. It was a stage upon which the drama of life and death unfolded in an endless, haunting cycle. For those who ventured upon it, my apparition served as a chilling reminder of the unknown perils lurking in the shadows of existence. As seasons passed, the road bore witness to changing landscapes, yet its haunting aura persisted, a silent testament to the unresolved mysteries and lingering spirits that dwelled within its domain. I became a sentinel, watching over the road's secrets, an enigmatic presence intertwined with its very essence. In the depths of the night, when the world slumbered and the road lay silent, I often felt a yearning for closure. The desire to find solace in the resolution of my tragic tale lingered, an elusive hope flickering in the ethereal confines of my being. But as the world continued its ceaseless march forward, I remained suspended in a liminal existence, an echo of the past, forever tied to that forsaken road. My spectral form stood as a haunting reminder, a whisper in the wind, eternally bound to the unyielding cycle of the midnight road. The night was freezing and pitch black. Sam and Lisa had been driving for hours through the dense forest, hoping to reach their cozy cabin before the storm hit. The only sounds they heard were the rumbling of their car's engine and the occasional howl of a wolf in the distance. They were almost there when they saw a sign that said, "Road closed." Sam slowed down and checked the map on his phone. He saw that there was another way around, but it would take them much longer to get there. He decided to ignore the sign and continue on the road. He thought it was probably just a precaution for some minor repairs. "Are you sure we should do this?" Lisa asked nervously, feeling a sense of dread. "Don't worry, it's fine. We'll be there in no time," Sam reassured her, trying to sound confident. They drove past the sign and entered a darker and narrower part of the forest. The trees were so close to the road that they blocked out any trace of moonlight. Sam turned on the high beams, but they only revealed a few meters ahead. He felt a chill run down his spine, as if someone was watching them from the shadows. He tried to shake off the feeling and focus on the road. He noticed that the road was getting rougher and bumpier. He wondered if they had made a mistake by taking this route. He looked at his phone again, but it had no signal. He cursed under his breath. "Sam, I don't like this. Let's turn back," Lisa said, clutching his arm. "Relax, we're almost there. See, there's a bridge up ahead. We just have to cross it and we'll be out of the forest," Sam said, pointing at the wooden bridge that spanned a deep ravine. He drove towards the bridge, hoping that it was sturdy enough to hold their car. He was about to cross it when he saw something that made him slam on the brakes. There was a man standing on the bridge, blocking their way. He was wearing a hooded cloak that covered his face. He was holding a large axe in his hands. He did not move or say anything. He just stood there, staring at them with a sinister intent. Sam and Lisa felt a surge of fear. They did not know who this man was or what he wanted. They did not know if he was alone or if there were others hiding in the forest. They did not know if they could escape or if they were trapped. They did not know that they had just entered the territory of a cult that worshipped the forest and sacrificed anyone who trespassed on their sacred land. They did not know that they were about to become their next